lot of clearing कर दी अभी BCCI with a new announcement पहले तो गंभीर का but also सूर्य कुमार का this press conference gave a lot of clarity on a lot of issues जो already अपने को मालूम था कि भाई captains कितने बार बदल रहे and what all of this thing, and I'm pretty sure BCCI will also in some way they looked agitated from the whole thing. Agarkar also mentioned कि भाई उनके tenuity में ये चीज़ें नहीं हो रहे थे, it was something before his tenuity, and after that is now that they got the time to clear and address all of these issues, and it looks like they're doing pretty well at it. Step by step they're giving you proper answers to the questions that are given, and now you understand कि भाई ये चीज़ दो साल से obviously हो रही है under different selectors, different captains. Newer captains became captain, like KL Rahul ka bhi justification diye. They also give justification of Hardik Pandya and why he's not captain. So Mustafa, initial thoughts on Gambhir's press conference as to it was expected how it was out front, upright and in the face.
Yeah, I think main takeaways एक चीज ये थी कि Ajit Agarkar said that Hardik Pandya, I mean, his injuries and not being fit all the time was one of the reasons he was the main reason he's not captain. Surya Kumar Yadav is someone who has played cricket, T20 cricket in the last couple of years for India without injuries, or so at least वो clarity मिल गई कि ये reasoning है. Although, Hardik Pandya, since he's been captain, he has played quite a few games, but in the past, we know that usko injury issues were even in 50 over cricket. And the reason why he doesn't play test cricket is also because of injuries. And also, it also comes to show कि हमारे को ये भी मालूम हो गया कि ये अजीत अगरकर and the feedback from other people, that could be Rahul Dravid, that could be Rohit Sharma, that could be the other players, had given the feedback that, Surya should be the captain and not Hardik Pandya. So they have the reasons or whatever it is. लेकिन ये मेरे को क्लियर हो गया कि गंभीर का कॉल नहीं था. जो हम लोग वही डिबेट कर रहे थे, we were not sure, reports were saying otherwise, and लेकिन ये क्लियर हो गया कि ये ज्यादातर अजीत अगर का कॉल था. From Gautam Gambhir, I mean, I liked it. I mean, one thing is I do miss ये जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस रवि शास्त्री करता था. आई मिस हिम नाउ. जब प्रेजेंट मोमेंट जब मैं रहते राइट, लाइक वी ऑलवेज मिस द पास्ट, एंड आई मिस रवि. It was more light hearted, more engagement. Since Rahul Dravid, Gautam Gambhir, these guys are more serious, but I think it was a good press conference. He उन्हें straight away उन्हें बोला कि भाई I'm just a coach. I'm not like my job is for India. It's not my team or anything like that. It's India's team, and I will talk to everybody. The way he handled that Virat Kohli conversation, also saying that yes, I do talk to him. It's a private thing between me and him. He's a great player. I respect him, and we're gonna be together. And then talking about Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli as well, he said, of course, I want them to play their key players. He didn't look as strict as one would have thought. Ki bhai, no, I thought he's gonna come say no one screws around in my coaching. Sab fit rehna, sab khelna, ye wo. But he explained it a bit more calmly, and ये भी देखा कि टारगेट चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी है, एंड देन फॉर टेस्ट क्रिकेट दैट ऑस्ट्रेलिया टूर इज समथिंग दैट ही इज लुकिंग एट, एंड ऑल फॉर्मेट्स है, तो ही हैव टू जगल प्लेयर्स. ही आल्सो मेंशनड कि देखो T20 क्रिकेट में द यंगर क्रॉप इज कमिंग आल्सो बिकॉज द older crop has let go, like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Jadeja have let go. So now they have to look at the younger crop, and there will be differences in selection. Ajit Agarkar also said that, but Ajit Agarkar का भी काफी influence है ये टीम में. ये मेरे को मालूम हो गया प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में. मेरा जो रीडिंग है ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस का कि भाई अजीत अगरकर has a lot of say as well. He's the chief selector. And he has a strong opinion. I'm not saying it's his choice all the time, मगर उसका जो influence है काफी है ये टीम में.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I think there were a lot of the reason also this press conference couldn't be light-hearted is because ज़्यादा सवाल थे हवा में. पहले तो हार्दिक पांड्या को क्यों नहीं, उसके बाद अच्छा एक चीज ये मालूम हो कि भाई अगरकर since the get go he's been at it, right? Like, and again he couldn't clear everything because जब अगरकर की tenuity शुरू हुई तो he said जैसा वर्ल्ड कप एकदम आ गया, एशिया कप आ गया था, I had to take a lot of decisions that I didn't know about. अब मुझको थोड़ा टाइम मिला ये T20 वर्ल्ड कप के बाद to sit and assess, and that is when now you understand भाई ये जो कैप्टन्स बन रहे थे, केएल बन रहा था, ये जो हार्दिक बन गए, तो बीच में श्रेयस अय्यर बन गए, ये बन गए, फलाना बन गए, ढिमका बन गए. This was not an Agarkar call, this was a call before Agarkar. Now the Hardik Pandya call also they said, जैसा आप बोले, सबसे बड़ी बात जो quote of the day बोल सकते हैं आप, actually the captain least has to be at the pitch yard. That's what we expect. In a typical Mumbai action is like at least he has to be at the pitch yard, and it's not a no go कि भाई अगर captain ही अगर आपका field पे नहीं है और आप टीम बस एक सीरीज में दूसरा कैप्टन बन रहा है, तीसरा सीरीज में तीसरा कैप्टन बन रहा है, because that the main head of captain is not available. That's not going to be. So we looked at someone who is going to be largely influenced and involved in the team, and obviously Surya ka, jaisa aap bole, feedback players who played under him like Ravi Bishnoi. A lot of these players, Ali Lemon, have played under Surya in that Australia series right after the 23 World Cup. That is why Surya is captaining right now, and I think now yeah, press conference was saying that everybody got their answers. Like everybody, this will also
Ah,
at the players to let the players know that how this team is going to be managed. This is also like a notice to all the सपोर्ट स्टाफ टू एवरीबॉडी कि भाई ये ऐसा चलने वाला है गौतम गंभीर के अंदर एंड आई थिंक जिस तरीके से गौतम गंभीर भी लेट हिम नो ही इज गोना गिव फ्रीडम टू द प्लेयर्स he's going to let them express themselves how they want they will have his backing and stuff रोहित एंड विराट का भी उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से हैंडल करके उनके हिसाब से तो इट लुक्स लाइक दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ क्रिकेट बट पर्सनल चॉइस उनकी रहेंगी कि भाई दे वांट टू प्ले द वर्ल्ड कप और नॉट but also
yeah,
that if they have like they're only playing two formats and they might as well be involved as much as possible like in the ODI test. So you're
yeah.
not going to get away with it, but unless अब Jasprit Bumrah now we know उसको तो भाई उसके हिसाब से because he is a one of a kind and again I think nobody in India will question him. Obviously Jasprit Bumrah भी
Yeah, and मेरे को मेन चीज अच्छी लगी. He didn't have to say this. He said कि भाई this team has already been successful before I came.
yeah
Now, like, of course, I'm looking at it as a challenge. मेरे लिए like tough रहेगा, whatever. I'm going to enjoy it. लेकिन they're already a championship winning team. So for me, it's about taking it to the next level and trying. He didn't come and say कि भाई मैं सब बदल दूंगा, मैं ये कर दूंगा, वो कर दूंगा. He's like, बुमराह को जो रेस्ट मिलता था पहले, अभी भी रेस्ट मिल रहा है. It's not because Dumbledore has changed that like there's a new principle. He's going to make Bumrah play. No, it's not as clear cut as that. He is still, even he talked about the coaching staff. He said, yes, of course, देखो, Abhishek Nair, Ryan Scott, like they're close to me. I know their capabilities. But at the same time, I've got great feedback from Dilip, the fielding coach, and the other couple of coaches who are there as well, and the physios and all that. He has feedback. He's going to keep them until the Sri Lanka tour, then they'll make a decision. So he's not coming in making wholesale changes. Again, that Hardik Pandya thing, we all thought it was Gambhir's call. It wasn't really Gambhir's call. It was more of a Garkar's call, and he took that talking to a lot of other people. Another thing you mentioned was about क्या बोलते हैं सो जसप्रीत बुमराह. यार जसप्रीत बुमराह देखो, मेरे लिए भी सही बात है कि लाइक वी हैव टू प्रिजर्व हिम. लाइक उन्हें हर सीरीज खेल नहीं सकता. ही इज अ वंस इन जनरेशनल बॉलर. ही शोड दैट अगर आपका इकोनॉमी 4 रन का है T20 में, वो भी वर्ल्ड कप में अंडर प्रेशर, देन देयर इज यू आर अ गोल्डन प्लेयर एंड यू हैव टू बी मैनेज्ड. अनदर थिंग यू सेड वाज अबाउट हार्दिक.
exception thing ये clear कर दिया उन्हें. It's not an exception. It's what a fast bowler requires. Fast bowler की body
Yeah,
requires
and he said ki other fast bowlers will also be managed. That's what he said. One more thing you said about Hardik Pandya.
that
What did you?
he has to be on the field. At least the captain has to be on the field बोल के अगरकर बोले थे. And हार्दिक पांड्या का देखो भाई I think it's a fair thing now. I like how they
Uh,
his importance. They kept his importance. ये बोले कि भाई बंदा हमारे लिए important है वर्ल्ड कप में जो करा and stuff. But it's important that he stays on the field जिसकी वजह से कैप्टनसी चली गई.
उस पे मेरा पॉइंट ये था कि बात सही है. देखो, अगर अब देखो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी आ रहा है फरवरी में. मिसाल के तौर पे जनवरी में आपको T20 सीरीज है, ठीक है. वहां पे हार्दिक पांड्या आप रेस्ट करा सकते हैं या वो खुद रेस्ट ले सकता है, बिकॉज he won't be able to play every series. We've seen that he has a history with injuries. तो उस हिसाब से सूर्या will lead, right? उन्हें तो खेल लेंगे. And with the batsmen it's a bit I wouldn't say easier, but yeah, like I mean, with Hardik's history and the fact that he's going to bat and bowl, I just feel is the right decision.
That
Yes, you can say Hardik Pandya is hard done by and everything, but I think if you're looking from a cricketer point of view, it's a good decision.
example of the January series against Afghanistan kicks होता है कि भाई they were looking for a captain. Luckily Rohit came and saved us is what Agarkar said.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
अब फिर नया कैप्टन बनता था अगर लाइक लेट्स से ईशान किशन वो टाइम पे रहता था या कोई वो उसको कैप्टन बना देते तो प्रॉब्लम ये हो रही थी कि एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑन फील्ड कैप्टन वाज गिविंग ऑल ऑफ दीस अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू केएल राहुल तो उन लोगों की उम्मीद जग जा रही थी हालांकि वो बोलते ना मुसीबत में गधे को बाप बनाने का टाइप सिचुएशन हो गया था कि भाई एनीवन जस्ट बिकम द कैप्टन बिकॉज़ वी नीड टू गो टू द सीरीज विद अ लीडर तो उसमें केएल राहुल भी बन गए उसमें श्रेयस भी बन गए उसमें ऋतुराज भी बन गए उसमें संजू भी बन गए उसमें ये भी बन गए वो भी बन गए तो लाइक yeah, there were a lot of captains coming up because there was no consistent captain in the T20 circuit. And then when Rohit Sharma finally came, led them from Afghanistan already all the way to the T20 World Cup, that is when Agarkar को समझ में आ गया भाई हार्दिक पांड्या का क्या है मालूम करो. Then people से बातचीत करे, he took feedback of the coaches, the staff, the players, and I'm pretty sure everybody. अब BCCI के chairman भी I'm pretty sure अपना input भी दिए होंगे. Everybody must have come in. gave their two sense of understanding, and ये नतीजा आ गया कि भाई, and it makes sense जब आपको आप प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस देख रहे थे और जब वो लोग समझा रहे थे लॉजिकली भी लाइक बात समझ में आ रही थी कि हाँ भाई हार्दिक पांड्या का नहीं बनता क्योंकि वो फील्ड पे रह रहे नहीं, एंड फील्ड पे नहीं रहने की वजह से नए नए कैप्टन उभर के आते जा रहे हैं जिसकी वजह से प्रेशर बीसीसीआई पे बिल्ड हो रहा है कि ये प्लेयर को ड्रॉप कर रहे, ये प्लेयर को पकड़ रहे, ये प्लेयर को नहीं खिला रहे। केएल राहुल कैप्टन था आपका, फिर ये बन गया श्रेयस अय्यर, फिर फिर अब ऋषभ पंत की भी बात हो रही थी बीच में, सो आई थिंक वो सब शन हो गया है अब, and I think that was really helpful कि भाई अब Surya has become now the official captain of the T20, and again that is also because Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and Jadeja have let go, and that is why one if Rohit was there, I'm pretty sure they would probably try and convince Rohit to even take this under him, but him not being there, obviously Surya Kumar will get the charge of the T20 team, and Rohit will remain there. He said something about the World Cup as well. Gambhir के 2027 World Cup तक अगर वो खेल सकेंगे, तो definitely they'll be a part of it. But again, it will be depending upon their fitness and their form and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of good positives from this press conference. Gambhir के साथ.
Yeah, and और की मेन चीज बिकॉज द फैक्ट उन्होंने क्लियर कट बोल दिया हार्दिक के बारे में कि फिटनेस होना, नाउ वी ट्रस्ट हिम बिकॉज दूसरी बात जो हमारे को क्लैरिटी चाहिए था रविंद्र जडेजा का, he's clearly said कि उन्हें ड्रॉप नहीं हुआ वनडे से, he's performed really well in the 50 over world cup, वहां पे इंडिया में जो वर्ल्ड कप था जडेजा के जबरदस्त परफॉर्मेंसेस थे, with the ball he was really good, with the bat when needed he contributed, he's not been dropped, it's just that him and Akshar Patel, which I also agree with कि him and Akshar Patel दोनों को लेके जाना की जरूरत नहीं है, वो भी 3 मैच का सीरीज है, wanted to take one of them. Because I assume that he's dropped. I think a lot of people assume that Jadeja has been dropped, and now they're looking at Akshar Patel. But he's not been dropped. But there will be tough competition now. I think one will make the squad. Both won't. आगे जाके, especially वनडेज में आप चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी जब निकालेंगे, वहां पे आपके 3 स्पिनर रहेंगे. मेरे हिसाब से एक ऑफ स्पिनिंग ऑलराउंडर हो सकता है वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, एक आपका लेग स्पिनर कुलदीप यादव हो सकता है, और फिर अक्सर और जडेजा में से एक. एंड देन इफ यू वांट अनदर बॉलर यू माइट गो रवि बिश्नोई और समथिंग लाइक दैट. लेकिन right now it looks like it'll be either Akshar or Jadeja, but it's clear we've got clarity कि भाई Jadeja drop नहीं हुआ. They just wanted to take for this kind of series एक ही को खिलाएंगे, तो इसलिए एक को लेके चले गए.
Yeah, I mean वही है ना, अब कहीं ना कहीं अब जडेजा का भी फॉर्मेट ड्रॉप हो गया, सो like टेस्ट मैचेस में we know how crucial जडेजा can be, there more no one more important than him and Ashwin in a test match at least in India अगर आप रखो. So I mean कभी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि भाई एकदम से ओमिट ही कर देंगे, but obviously सवाल एकदम रेस
और
में
थोड़ा बहुत है कि
नजर
थोड़ा
में,
बहुत है कि
या दिस
अक्षर पटेल हैज अ बिट मोर वेट इन दिस टीम, वो तो नजर आ रहा है. बिकॉज अगर आप दोनों में से चूज कर रहे थे, आप अक्षर के साथ गए एंड ऑफ द डे, एंड लाइक यू सेड अक्षर इज प्लेइंग ऑल 3 फॉर्मेट्स, आपका जडेजा इज प्लेइंग 2 फॉर्मेट्स, सो ही कुड हैव इजीली प्लेड दिस सीरीज, इवन दो उन्हें बोला कि भाई लाइक यू नो ही इज गोइंग टू प्ले टेस्ट मैचेस एंड एवरीथिंग. बट ऑनेस्टली लाइक इट शोज मी आल्सो दैट अक्षर इज थोड़ा सा मोर इन द लूप इन द वनडे स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स आल्सो, एंड फेयर इनफ, इट्स ओके.
But again, I think now it'll just be more of subject to form में कौन है, अगर अक्षर गिर गया then Jadeja will rightfully come in, like I think it's like that at least in the other two formats. T20 में maybe अक्षर will be a bit more cemented, but
T20 में तो जडेजा है ही नहीं.
हाँ वही जडेजा, बट लाइक लेफ्ट आर्म ऑफ स्पिनर कोई और लाइक मिली, लाइक वॉशिंगटन सुंदर भी है इन कंटेंशन इफ यू वांट टू लाइक गिव इट टू अगेंस्ट अक्षर पटेल, सो आई मीन अगर जरूरत पड़ी तो, बट मोर और लेस राइट लाइक यू सेड अक्षर पटेल राइट नाउ अहेड ऑफ जडेजा, एंड जडेजा की डिस्कशन भी इसलिए उन्हें अगर अच्छा ये बोला कि भाई वी शुड हैव क्लैरिटी ऑफ राइट आफ्टर वी अनाउंस द टीम, बट हमारे से गलती हो गई कि हम वो क्लैरिटी नहीं दिए कि ओमिट नहीं हुआ, ही इज डेफिनेटली इन द स्कीम ऑफ थिंग्स, इट्स जस्ट अभी ये सिचुएशन में ये टाइम में वी डोंट रिक्वायर इट बिकॉज अक्षर पटेल और उसको लेने इट्स द सेम गाय गोइंग टू प्ले, एंड वी वुड डेफिनेटली वांट अक्षर राइट नाउ देना चाहिए, उतनी बात है. संजू के बारे में पूछे थे कोई कि भाई संजू सैमसन को क्यों नहीं लिया एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, लाइक देन कि भाई कंसिस्टेंट रन्स बनाना है यंगस्टर्स को, बट उधर कोई सवाल नहीं कर रहा है ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ के लिए, लाइक व्हाई वाज रेयान पराग चोजन ओवर द ऋतुराज गायकवाड़, लाइक दैट समवन शुड हैव जस्ट क्वेश्चन दैट बिट बिकॉज़ consistent runs भी बनाया बंदा बेचारा, he's been hitting runs whenever he's in a blue shirt he always plays brilliantly well, but there's nothing yet for Utaraj Gaikwad, no support for him right there, but Rishabh Pant will be there obviously, and उसको भी दे दिए हैं रस्सी, so it'll be fun to see him after this will be his first series for India or no?
I think so. Bilateral, he played the IPL and then the World Cup. So, like after bilateral, will be his first. एंड
Yeah.
ऋषभ पंत आपका लाइक आगे जाके अगर उन्हें इट्स आल्सो गुड उसको ये क्लैरिटी मिल गई कि वाइस कैप्टनसी इसलिए नहीं दिया बिकॉज दे ट्राइंग टू ईज हिम इन इतना बड़ा एक्सीडेंट के बाद आप बैट नहीं उठाए ना कीपिंग करे आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते थे तो आई थिंक दे ईजिंग हिम इन बट मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि आगे जाके ऋषभ पंत आपका ऑल फॉर्मेट या एटलीस्ट टू फॉर्मेट कैप्टन बन सकता है बिकॉज अगर उन्हें रेगुलर है ये भी देखना पड़ता है राइट आई मीन देखो कप्तानी इज वेरी टफ जॉब बट वन थिंग इज ऑल्सो इन टू विच इज टेकन टू कंसिडरेशन इज दैट if you can be an all format player, it gives you that boost being captain. So maybe Rishabh Pant can be made into an all format captain later on, but right now they would need to test the waters. Uska T20 performances and even white ball in general has not been on that level even before injury. But red ball too, he's cemented. I think there is no better wicket keeping batsman than Rishabh Pant in red ball cricket
Pure
in
mover.
any conditions. What he did in Australia and then even in India against England when he was like reverse sweeping Jimmy Anderson when India were under pressure. So Rishabh Pant मेरे हिसाब से कि like it's good that they're not putting the full pressure on him. उसको ease कर रहे हैं. They're taking some time and they're letting him play as a wicket keeping batsman and then आगे जाके when they need to give responsibility they can give responsibility to him.
Yeah, certainly, support staff का भी सुना दिए कि Ryan Tenduskati and Nair will be with him as assistant coaches.
Hmm.
Bowling coach will be अभी सायराज बाहुतुले बाहुतुले
Yeah.
जो एनसीए
How
में
to lay.
जो एनसीए में काम करते बेसिकली.
आप याद है उन्हें खेलता था इंडिया के लिए भी
या
खेला था
कुंबले के जमाने में लाइक अर्ली लाइक लेट 90s आई थिंक.
या भाटुले या
Yeah, so leg spinner थे, if I'm not mistaken, I think was leg spinner, and yeah, he works at the NCA in Bangalore as well. So he'll be taking India with going with India as the bowling coach. T Dilip, I'm very happy for T Dilip, man. Like I'm so excited for him because उसने जो अच्छा बना लिया माहौल एक he's come up with this template that no other fielding coach has done before, and he has friendship with the entire team and how the team likes him and supports him. And I'm pretty sure that all of the team's feedback is what got him back into the team. I mean, he will. It never looked like he was going to go out of the team, but yeah, I mean, you obviously will think with everybody applying around him and stuff. But the amount of good
या
it's shown in the World Cup 23. It showed in the Asia Cup. It showed in the T20 World Cup. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic fielding coach and everything that he's doing around with the Indian team with the medal presentation and with the again during the whole match. अगर आप देखो, T. Dilip circles the entire ground talking to player. He goes, he comes. Like जब भी boundary पड़ी आप देखो ने खड़ा हुआ रहता वहाँ पास. So he knows like which player to go to. किसी का अगर motivation कम दिख रहा है उससे जाके बात करते हैं. If anyone's done something wrong on the field जब भी जाके थोड़ा feedback दे देता हूँ. So it's good to see that he's back in the camp along with Tendish Karte and Abhishek Nair. That's your support staff. And yeah, विराट कोहली के ऊपर तो देखो भाई उन्हें अच्छा शन कर दिया. ये सब मसाले टीआरपी के लिए अच्छा है. सिंपल लॉजिक यही है कि अगर मतलब फ्रीडम हर किसी के लिए अगर वो अपने टीम को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा ही विल फाइट फॉर हिज टीम टू गेट अ विक्ट्री. दैट वाज आईपीएल, दिस इज इंडियन टीम. हियर मी एंड विराट आर ऑन द सेम पेज. हम लोग सेम टीम पे हैं तो हम लोग क्यों लड़ेंगे. लाइक लॉजिकली व्हाई विल वी आर्ग्यू. विल बी रिप्रेजेंटिंग 140 करोड़ इंडियंस एंड यस रिलेशनशिप अच्छा है फलाना ढिमका बातचीत होती. अब क्या होती वो आपको कहीं को बेसिकली उन्होंने बोला हम लोगों की बात होती लेकिन आपको कहीं को सुना मैं क्या बात करता हूँ. जो भी बात करता हूँ अच्छी बात करते हैं एंड वी हैव अ गुड रिलेशनशिप. इट्स गुड टू सी एंड it's good that he hadn't kind of like as आप बोले Gautam Gambhir did not show any signs of ego or any signs of changing a lot of what is already going well with Indian cricket. He's just going to run with the times and he's going to implement maybe minor changes.
Yeah, that's what he's done, right? If you see this right now, it's subtle changes that he's implemented. आपके दो coaches उसके ही coaches है वो जो assistant coaches है. फिर जैसा श्रेयस अय्यर को लेके आ गया, हर्षित राणा को लेके आ गया, वो उसके ही player है. Like he's watched them very closely. He's worked with them. So there are subtle changes there. But then the likes of Virat Kohli being there, Rohit Sharma, he's not changed anything drastically. वैसा in terms of the T20 as well, like. Shubman Gill and yeah, TK, he was there in Zimbabwe. He was captain. Now they've kept him vice captain. So there has been subtle changes where you can see Gambhir's imprint, but it's not totally उन्हें आके पूरा KKR को नहीं बिठा दिया. So there is a few things which he's comfortable with that he's done. But at the same time, so you see that Gambhir imprint, but at the same time, that Team India imprint there is, and that's how
And
it's
that,
going to be, right? You can't do everything in one
I
second.
think that goes to show you the biggest change that was required in the Indian cricket whole team is that the chief selector. When you have a chief selector with a strong backbone, that's what helps. Like अगर कोई चेतन शर्मा ये
हाँ,
आके उसको खा ले सकता था गंभीर. Not saying कि अगर
yeah.
आ नहीं सकते whatever, but अगर has logic and he has a good way of presenting his point, and you see
Strong
that
opinion also, right? Yeah,
and
yeah.
to the face, no bullshit like भाई हार्दिक पांड्या क्यों नहीं है क्योंकि वो फिट नहीं है, वो फील्ड पे नहीं रहता, he can't get there, yes he's an important player but we can't help it, feedback मिल गया बस. So he has a whole process, a proper process that is like आप फीडबैक लो लोगों का, आप खुद असेस करो, आप परसेंटेज ऑफ विक्ट्रीज, आप परसेंटेज ऑफ अवेलेबिलिटीज, आप इंजरी के वो कैंपेनिंग, ये सब आप देख लिए एंड नाउ यू कैन मेक एन इन्फॉर्म्ड डिसीजन. यू हैव अ वेरी गुड इन्फॉर्म्ड डिसीजन एंड उससे आप घसले नहीं सकते. एंड आई एम प्रीटी श्योर हिम एंड गंभीर आर लाइक same mindset, like they don't take crap unnecessarily. Point है तो point है, नहीं है तो pointless, like बात pointless करना नहीं है, like कुछ लॉजिक के साथ बात करना है. आई थिंक वो सबसे बड़ी चेंज इंडिया के लिए हुई कि ये चेतन शर्मा के बाद जो अजीत अगरकर आया एंड द वे ही हैंडल्ड थिंग्स again with Dravid and Rohit Sharma, you saw as soon as he came people were like questioning अरे ने क्या करता, but he gave them their space, he gave him his players.
Yeah.
Rahul Dravid immediately as he came, there was the Asia Cup, there was the World Cup, and Bumrah की वापसी भी इसके किस्मत में आ गई in a way, that Ireland series that happened. So a lot of things did fall also good for Ajit Agarkar, but I think Ajit Agarkar is a very important part, and you could see today also majority of the press conference में वही बात कर रहे थे कि जहाँ required था गंभीर अपना बात कर रहा था, but yes, strongly opinionated and very very firm on his stance.
या 100%. वो टाइम पे भी देखो हार्दिक पांड्या का जो है वो तो लाइक हमारे को ऑलरेडी इंडिकेशन मिल गया था कि उन लोग पिछली जो रिजीम थी एंड चीफ सेलेक्टर उतना खुश नहीं था बिकॉज कैप्टनसी मिली नहीं उसको वर्ल्ड कप में. ही वाज सपोज्ड टू बी द टी20 वर्ल्ड कप कैप्टन. ये अपने को मालूम. लास्ट ईयर उन्हें ये टाइम पे हम लोग जब बैठे हुए थे वेस्ट इंडीज के मैचेस देख रहे थे रात में, उन्हें हार्दिक पांड्या बोलता दिस इज माय टीम, दिस हाउ वी गोइंग टू प्ले, दिस इज व्हाट वी गोइंग टू डू एंड एवरीथिंग. एंड देन या ठीक है ही गॉट इंजर्ड बट दे कुड हैव गिवन द कैप्टनसी टू द वाइस कैप्टन एट दैट टाइम सूर्य कुमार यादव, एंड until Hardik came back, he could have led India in that Afghanistan series. But it was clear that they were not happy with Hardik. They were not happy with like his fitness and everything, and that's why Rohit Sharma was there. They got him back, and Rohit Sharma took the captaincy, won the World Cup. And then after the World Cup, instead of giving, because Hardik Pandya played a vital role. But it doesn't change the fact that he wasn't captain. He played as vice captain, and he was playing as more as a batter and bowler. And secondly, again, fitness-wise, there's no guarantee that he will play every series आगे जाके.
The best thing about this whole thing is India usually get into emotional problems, like emotional होके दे देते because of Hardik Pandya journey and stuff. ये हुआ नहीं है time. Like usually क्या आता है, अरे भाई बंदा इतना सब से के थ्रू जा रहा और अब ये हो गया, वो दे दो.
हाँ सही बात है.
अभी ये नहीं हुआ ये. That's the biggest thing, right? Usually you would see either experienced अगर कोई player है तो उसके पीछे emotional हो जाके उसको ले लेके, अश्विन को ले लिए थे but WTC में नहीं करे वो part. So I think these little changes you're going to see now with India getting more ruthless and more like of a Sena country kind of approach. Like वो mindset आने वाला है, आपको दिखते हैं, नजर आ रहा है थोड़ा, like okay, they're not going to get emotionally carried away and take decisions, and they're going to be judged. All the players will be judged on fitness, on form and availability. Like I think वो बहुत अच्छी बात है.
अब एंड इट्स टफ मैन. अब देखो इतने आपके ऑप्शंस है, उन्होंने अगर कर भी यही बोला इतने ऑप्शंस है हमारे. अब फॉर एग्जांपल शिवम दुबे, लाइक हम लोग तो पीछे पड़ गए रिंकू सिंह को खिलाओ बिकॉज नॉट बिकॉज शिवम दुबे इज बैड. लाइक शिवम दुबे, you know, when he went to CSK drafted, were you with me on the live where it was Don? I said, bro, this guy is going to be the like his career is going to change now. He's going to be crazy. He's going to play for India also, and that's what happened. So we were not against Shivam Dubey, but of course we wanted Rinku Singh in that team. We didn't want Shivam Dubey. Like khulli baat hai. But what happened in the end? Shivam Dubey becomes a world champion. We can't really say much. That we can't say it was a wrong decision. So my point is कि भाई always मुश्किल है. अब मेरे को आप you know अल्बेक में अब मेन्यू बढ़ते जा रहा. I get confused. Like what should I get? This should I get that? Like you know ये chicken लूं या ये shrimp लूं. कभी कभी confused हो जाता बंदा. And the Indian team is on a high level because there's so many options. For example, like if me and you were selected. Like Gautam Gambhir, he watches KKR. He's always with them, right? He picked Shreyas Iyer. You know, Ran Parag is there, and you know he's in the team. Me and you, if we were selected, we would have gone Abhishek Sharma. There is no shadow of a doubt. We would have gone Abhishek Sharma in our T20 team. There is no doubt about it because we watch him up close. We've seen him, and we like him. We have that thing, and we think he's talented and thing. But that doesn't mean it's the right or wrong call. There is always going to be. We're not always going to agree. There's always going to be that one call. You're like, "Bhai, isko kyun nahi isko lena tha?" Gaikwad, I also agree. Usko रहना था, but अब इतना कंपटीशन है. you'll have to drop someone. गायकवाड़, अभिषेक शर्मा मिस आउट. रैन पराग गेट्स हिज अपॉर्चुनिटी. अब उसका अगर उसके तरीके से देखे, आई एम नॉट अ ह्यूज फैन ऑफ हिम, बट उसके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर अब देखे, ही इज आल्सो लाइक 22 years old. 3 साल से ही इज बीन getting screwed on every social media platform, on every like analysis. He's always been criticized, and now finally he has one great season and he gets the chance to represent India. तो उसके तरफ से he deserves it also, right?
या आई मीन वही है कि भाई दो फॉर्मेट के बजाय एक फॉर्मेट इसको दे देता T20 के फॉर्मेट में एंड just got Ruturaj and the other format but like I don't know if they're just going to keep him as a sitting duck in the ODI squad उसलिए वजह से just fill in that slot और वो respect Ruturaj को देने के लिए maybe they didn't pick him and picked him someone who can you can actually just sit down तू बैठ जा भाई तू ना तो maybe वो भी हो सकता है like you never know but yeah Shreyas is back man in the ODI वो भी एक कम बैक है if you think about it कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं मिलने वाला था उनको फिर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट he played the last match for Maharashtra and they won the season and stuff and Shreyas भी वापस आ गया so yeah अब I don't know how far this report is confirmed but they are saying कि भाई रोहित शर्मा and सूर्या कुमार are yet set to leave Mumbai Indians अब वो देखना है कि भाई उसका अलग ड्रामा चलने वाला है and the next week we'll come to know again वो मीटिंग तो है 31st को to see the retention then you can probably make 2+2 and see कि हाँ भाई but I'm pretty sure right now they must be कहीं ना कहीं scratching their head मुंबई इंडियंस के भाई ये हार्दिक की पिच से बहुत बुरा हो गया 16 करोड़ भी चले गए एंड वो इंडिया का कैप्टन भी नहीं है लाइक दैट टू
Maybe that's why the पर्स बढ़ा दिया because अगर ये प्लेयर ऑक्शन में उतरेंगे तो फिर बोली बहुत नेक्स्ट लेवल लगने वाली है. हम लोग देख लिए पैट कमिंस स्टार्ट पे कैसा लगता है इंडियन प्लेयर पे तो नेक्स्ट लेवल लगने वाली है. Maybe that's why that purse has been increased to a so to allow that bidding to even be raised even further. तो हाँ अगर इन लोग नहीं है अगर उन लोग उतरते ऑक्शन में तो फिर मजा तो आएगा in that way. It's gonna be fun like 100% like
they can
yes.
हार्दिक को लेट गो करके they retain Surya they can do that as well like anything is possible like many possibilities आ जाती है सिचुएशन की वजह से राइट ना जो इंडिया की क्रिकेट टीम की कैप्टनसी छुट्टी है हार्दिक से yeah like even Hardik can probably go back to Gujarat also like maybe they take out Nehra and they get good like Gujarat Titans captain back like anything is possible there's so many things that are coming up KL Rahul might go to RCB बोल रहे Rohit might go to RCB बोल रहे so IPL
Yeah, and the thing is, look, in cricket, the thing is, bro, things change like this. Hardik Pandya was actually the informed man. He was winning trophies as captain. उन्हें बैट बॉल के साथ धमाल मचा रहा था आईपीएल में. एंड रोहित शर्मा का नहीं चल रहा था बल्ला. अगर आपको याद है, उसका एवरेज आप उठा लो 2021-22 में, it wasn't that great. Even 23 में उतना खास नहीं था उसका एवरेज when he was captain, right? Rohit Sharma's probably best T20 year has been this year, like after a long time, like the way he batted in the World Cup, जिस तरीके से उसके opportunities थे. And now he's informed हार्दिक का like थोड़ा सा गिर गया था. Like so in cricket ऊपर नीचे बहुत रहता है. And as a franchise you have to make a call and then you have to back that call. Now they're with Hardik Pandya, they have to somehow get his form back. They have to give him that confidence, give him the players, and try to build that team going into the next auction.
Yeah, Anu Padevar MLT to retire, I think. I mean, MLT की surgery तो हो गई now. We just have to see how his knee is reacting. I mean, he should have just retired like 2 years ago जब वो जीत गए थे. That was perfect. Like according to him, so उसका जो बात कर रहा circumstantially, if you see it was right. Next year खेला, he couldn't win it. I think if he won it last year or this year rather. वो तो भी खत्म हुआ था बट उसको कहीं ना कहीं रेंगते यहाँ तक हालत हो जा रही है उसकी but I think he'll play one more year like that's it like even
That's
if
beyond me. I don't understand that. मेरे को तो मेरी समझ के बाहर है वो. उसमें कोई लॉजिक ही नहीं है उसमें.
his
आप खा रहे किसी का पोजीशन खा रहे सिंपल एज दैट यू आर ईटिंग समबडीज पोजीशन इट्स डन ब्रो लाइक फिनिश लाइक आई अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग लाइक हम लोग देख लिए वो लाइक एड्स भी नहीं आ रहे लाइक वी सॉ द स्टैंडिंग ओवेशंस एवरीथिंग लाइक नाउ इट जस्ट डजंट मेक सेंस आई थिंक ही कैन कंट्रीब्यूट टू सीएसके चल फॉरगेट इंडियन टीम ही कैन कंट्रीब्यूट टू सीएसके इन अ बेटर रोल लाइक एज अ मेंटर और समथिंग he can contribute that way like and right now he's just eating a spot in my opinion.
I mean, he is there. They are still waiting. उनके जो chairman थे, one of the guys who does sit in the auction, I think it's the chairman. and उन्होंने बोले कि we are जो भाई बोल रहे हैं हमारे इब्राहिम भाई पंत replacing him. ये बात उन्होंने ही बोले कि we will be looking for a world class Indian wicket keeper to replace ML Dhoni if he doesn't play 2025. So there is still a possibility of him not playing next year's IPL. He has to give them that information based on his knee and that operation and whatever. Anubhai Singh, MI retention, Hardik, Surya, Bumrah, that's a lot of people. I think possible नहीं होगा मेरे हिसाब से. ये 5 लोगों को रखना like it's gonna be very because Tilak also now will rise in price अगर वो निकला. Bumrah तो we already know what he. I mean Bumrah maybe like they'll have to pay a lot of money to him.
चार ही रिटेंशन अगर चार अलाउड है तो फिर ये हो सकता है लाइक चार रिटेंशन ये हो सकते हैं ये चार बिकॉज तिलक वर्मा अगेन फ्यूचर है राइट ही इज दे बैक्ड हिम ही इज डन वेल फॉर देम अगेन इंडियन प्लेयर है, तो आपको वो लाइक फिर फॉरेन पॉलिसी का इशू है.
that Surya has not going to be retaining himself for Mumbai. He
Yeah,
wants
but I mean, this is the yeah. Like, I mean, if you're looking at it from who they should retain, I think this is a fair call. Rohit Sharma, like I think with the damage which has been done, I don't think it makes sense for Rohit Sharma. But these guys, if you're looking at current affairs and the future as well, I think this is good.
पूरे सिचुएशन में सबसे ज्यादा नुकसान ईशान किशन का हुआ है मेरे हिसाब से.
किस किस
ईशान
हिसाब से?
Hardik Pandya not becoming captain, in a way that was probably Ishan Kishan's last way of coming back to the Indian team.
He's still young, like there's still time, man. If he needs to get back into the domestic circuit, go score runs over there, play T20 cricket, I think he'll come back. He's still very there's still a long way to go. He's what is he like only 24, 25? He has still a long way to go.
संजू, जितेश शर्मा, ऋषभ पंत, केएल राहुल, और कौन बहुत बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गए विकेट
But
कीपर्स.
वो टाइम पे भी ये सब मौजूद थे, but he was preferred over Sanju Samson. He was preferred over a lot of players. He did score a double hundred also. So like it's up to him like how he performs domestic circuit and everything. Once you score runs and look, he has the talent. He's done it before. Of course, it's going to be tough, but
Yeah, like the domestic season is the reason why his contract went. If he just would have gone and played,
yeah, so he has to change up. Like Shreyas Iyer also had the same problem. But then what happened? He had a stellar IPL, and now no, if everyone forgot about everything. Like that's the thing, right? Like he was the winning captain of an IPL team, and everyone's forgotten. Shreyas Iyer is the same thing. He denied domestic. अब तो मैं खेला भी नहीं domestic उसको Indian team में डाल दिए. So like IPL, if like this guy breaks down the door in an IPL, for example, if he's like 800 runs, he gets the orange cap, then he'll get back into the Indian team.
I mean, orange cap तो खैर देखना पड़ेगा. But like my only thing is like his best bet was right. हार्दिक भैया कैप्टन है, हार्दिक भाई हमारे लेके आए. He could have brought it easier like for Hardik Pandya, but Hardik Pandya की captaincy तो गई, and also like I think that one easy access route which maybe they were targeting must have also been shut down. But yeah, I have no doubt in the guy's talent. He's an excellent fielder.
He does have a relationship with Surya Kumar also. Like they do play together. They have an understanding. They've played for a while together. They both play Mumbai Indians, so that could be another route for him. Like there's always options available. He has to be positive. He can't.
That's
Sorry.
the I think Surya doesn't look like the guy who will do something like that. Like he'll go through the system, like he's one of those guys who is gives a fair chance to everybody and stuff. But अभी ईशान किशन का तो खैर नंबर बहुत पीछे हो गया है. But I hope he comes back. He's a very good asset for India last year around. He was doing good things. Asia Cup.
Like it also depends. Look, Shreyas Iyer, अब देखो, he's not gone through उसको तो shortcut से तो ला लिया, right? Shreyas Iyer को उन्हें तो सिस्टम से गया.
फर्क क्या है ना, जल्दी अपना गलती वो कर दिया सही. Because not only the IPL, he went and played for Maharashtra. So उसका problem सही हो गया था जब. So he didn't
तो
throw.
इन्हें भी एक बार खेल लिया और फिर अगर मार दिया रन तो वही सिंपल. देखो अब श्रेयस अय्यर पे इतना आप इतना स्क्रूटिनाइज करें ये वो, उन्हें एक आईपीएल जिता दिया, पूरा माफ कर दिया, उसको डाल दिया वनडे टीम में. तो लाइक देयर इज अ रूट बैक. लाइक इट्स नॉट लाइक इट्स क्लोज डाउन. आई डोंट थिंक. यू हैव टू बी पॉजिटिव. इफ यू आर एन इंडिविजुअल, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड यू मेड अ मिस्टेक एंड देन यू हैव टू ट्राई एंड गो देयर. बिकॉज़ श्रेयस अय्यर का भी उतना लाइक परफॉर्मेंसेस
श्रेयस अय्यर का
आईपीएल में उसके परफॉर्मेंसेस उतने क्रेजी नहीं थे, बट बिकॉज ही वाज कैप्टन, विनिंग मैच, टूर्नामेंट विनिंग कैप्टन, एंड देन ही हैज अ रिलेशनशिप विद गंभीर एंड एवरीथिंग, उन्हें फास्ट ट्रैक हो गया टीम में. अब मेरे को बोलो आप, श्रेयस अय्यर आ गया वनडे टीम में, उससे तो संजू सैमसन का बनता था. लाइक अगर आप देखो, इफ यू रियली वांट टू स्क्रूटिनाइज इट, it shouldn't have been Shreyas Iyer. It should be Sanju Samson in the team. He's been fast tracked because of that relationship with Gautam Gambhir and because of winning the thing. So there is still, it's not वो पूरा system है नहीं. It's not there's always going to be a flaw which we can pick out, and we've seen it here. Like Sanju Samson, आपको भी like I think you have a similar opinion to me that he deserves a spot in the team, and Shreyas Iyer has been fast tracked just because he's won the IPL. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and like I mean, KL Rahul also look at that way. Like it didn't make sense. Like, it could have still played Sanju instead of a KL. Like KL का भी कहीं like T20 में तो छोड़ दो, he not there in it. But ODI में when was the last ODI he played? The World Cup, if I'm not wrong.
T20 में तो है ही नहीं केएल राहुल. उसका वनडे का तो भाई.
ODI
हाँ,
में ODI में KL Rahul. The last ODI KL Rahul
नहीं
played.
ओडीआई में तो भाई देखो, अय्यर से तो ही डिजर्व्स, बिकॉज़ ही डिडंट डू ऑल दिस हैंकी पैंकी लाइक व्हाट श्रेयस अय्यर डिड. तो ही, आई वुड पुट राहुल ओवर श्रेयस अय्यर ओवर देयर, एंड देन over Sanju Samson. I agree, Sanju Samson should have been in place of both of them, but it's not happening, right? Sanju Samson is left out, and these both have been fast tracked into the team.
Tilak
Both
Verma,
of them have been fast tracked.
in Tilak Verma's place, I think Kishan will be retained as Tilak supports Rohit. I mean, we'll have. I mean, वो तो अभी भी नहीं मालूम वो. I think that thing will now finish more or less. If Rohit Sharma is withdrawing, then all of those, who supports whom वाला तो problem चले जाएगा. It's more or less, I think, now regarding like relationship with like probably Hardik and like Ambani, what their scene is right now. But like Rohit wala, तो if Rohit Sharma himself is leaving, then like that support of Rohit wala part will be neglected. Shreyas Iyer ODI performance was good. There was no need to drop him. Here and KL Rahul last ODI was in South Africa, and that's what it is like. I think Rahul also hit 100. That was in a test, right? And one day also did he play a good performance? I forgot how he performed. But yeah, I mean that's like वही है कि भाई अभी संजू के लिए how does that route open up, and similarly for Utaraj Gaikwad and other guys, because like सबसे बड़ा question तो I think सबके लिए वही रेयान पराग, वो तो कुछ समझ नहीं किसी को. We have to wait and see now. Like I said, GG का first series है, you have to give him time to understand all of these guys. According to him, consistent runs अगर आप मारोगे आप टीम में रहोगे. वो consistently तो बेचारा.
One thing that Ryan Parag will give in the one days, I don't know if like not many people will agree with this, and it's not a reason to pick him. But one thing he'll give you those 4 to 5 overs with the ball. Maybe not in T20s, but in the 50 overs, जहाँ पे आपको like थोड़ा सा change करना है part time bowler, because one day cricket में it's different to T20. T20 you can't really rely on part timers, and that's why we don't have a lot of Indian part-time bowlers in T20 cricket, because चार over है, everyone will look to attack. Whereas in one-day cricket, batsmen will look to build in innings, and at that time a part-timer can help. He bowls one ball, एक दो half tracker डाल सकता, but then he might bowl one ball where the batsman will try to attempt and pick up a wicket, and you can also get through quiet overs with a part-timer in one-day cricket, whereas T20 cricket you can't, and maybe Ryan Parag can be utilized over there. I agree. Like, I would have gone with like a Rinku Singh or a Sanju Samson. I would have gone with that option in one day cricket also ahead of Ryan Parag. I completely agree with you there. But I'm just looking at what they are thinking, selecting him. Maybe that's an option that they can have. And T20 cricket, they got him based on his IPL performances and everything, and his domestic performances. They probably picked him.
Yeah, still like there's a long way to go. It's just the first series. I mean, the Gautam Gambhir to will not shed a lot of light, but yeah, it is like questionable if someone like Agarkar was saying that by consistent runs, then you have to put Ruturaj's name right there, is that he has been very consistent with the bat, and yeah, it's just like it's not now that it's been 1 year. It's now third year running that Ruturaj has been sidelined, Sanju has been sidelined. Tilak ko to Asia Cup
Hmm.
डाली है and then उसको फेंक दिया. So like वो भी एक है कि तिलक वर्मा could have also been taken in the ODI squad. I think that is one more case. And then part-time bowling की आप बात कर, he fits the bill right there in Parag's scenario that you mentioned. So Tilak Verma is also someone that like you will have to think about इसको को light ले लिया. So yeah, a lot of people, again, I do understand कि बहुत quality Indian team में and Indian players में, so it does get hard to select. हम लोग अगर किसी को भी वो job दिए तो anyone will be like palpitating, because you really can't make everybody happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. I would take Abhishek Sharma in the one day team. He can bowl also. Like, so, like, it's fine. Like, ठीक है, look, there will be questions, there will be a thing, and simple बात यही है कि अगर उन्हें performance नहीं दिया, then the people who are knocking on the door, like Ajit Agarkar said, they will come in and replace them. So, ये team है, you back that team, and then you see, like, with even in the T20 World Cup squad, we were not really satisfied with that squad, but they picked that team, they believed in it, and at the end of the day, they got the trophy, which mattered. So it's not easy being an Indian selector or Indian coach. There will always be tough calls. And yeah, Anu Patel is asking Gill for T20. He was never in the scene in the last few months in T20 cricket. एकदम से उन्हें scene पे आ गया. He's also another guy. Like Faiz was questioning these people. Like even Shubman Gill should be questioned in the sense that उसको एकदम से like Gaikwad का spot तो इन्हीं खाया Shubman Gill. Because he was not in the reckoning anywhere. Gaikwad is an opener. Ab look, Gill can still play middle order if they really want him, but he's there in the top three where Gaikwad will play. And has Gill really performed on that level in T20 cricket? Has he given you those enough runs? Has he impressed you that much that he should be made vice captain and T20 opening batsman? That is a very good point, like which I completely forgot. Like, हम लोग
Like my Anubha is he's saying making him the T20 vice captain, big problem. And that's where his security blanket comes in, right? He's the vice captain, and Now that's where you'll get your security from कि भाई vice captain है तो
And on what basis? On what basis did you put him there as thing? I mean, look, like Gaikwad has been very consistent. He's also been captain of the India team in the Asian Games, so he has captaincy experience. He's been captain of Chennai Super Kings. Like Shubman Gill didn't really do crazy for Gujarat Titans this past year. So on what basis have you picked him as your T20 player and vice captain, like both? What on what basis? So that is also very questionable. It's a good point.
that was like more or less after the T20 World Cup, no one cared about Zimbabwe wali series. So like that shouldn't have ideally been the platform for him to become the vice captain to the next series of the against like proper series जो बोल सकते हैं आप. Because World Cup के बाद तो nobody was wanting to go also like सूर्या भी सब सो रहे थे सब like chill कर रहे थे. So I mean शुभमन गिल का नाम एकदम से वापस तो आ गया. I mean we're not going to say he's not very like an undeserving candidate, but yeah, it does. You can put like a question mark on
No,
it.
because the thing is, अब like गायकॉड का सब नाम ले रहे, right? Then फिर तो सवाल उठता है उस पे, because the positions are very similar, experiences are similar, so like then you have to question that. Like I think it is valid. Like he's a tremendous player. Shubman Gill is outstanding. Yes, he has certain problems outside the power play in T20 cricket, but he's an all-format player, and maybe they want to build him as an all-format player. That's why they picked him, which is fine. That's their reasoning. But
Yeah,
सवाल तो उठेगा.
there's one guy who gets missed out very unfortunately, and I don't. And those are like the thing is आपकी जो बंदा मिस हो रहा, it's a big miss, and also जो बंदे को आप ले रहे, it's like illogical. Like रियान पराग को आप लिए और संजू को छोड़ दिए या ऋतुराज को वो justification बहुत nonsense दिख रहा, वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा. So,
इवन शुभमन का आप देखो, आप जो बना दिया उसको कैप्टन, आप इजीली सैमसन को बना सकते थे जिम्बाब्वे टूर पे, या आप उसको गायकवाड को बना दे सकते कैप्टन. आप उसको क्यों चुने? लाइक व्हाट वाज द रीजन बिहाइंड इट, राइट? लाइक यू कुड हैव, एंड दे आल्सो हैव आईपीएल एक्सपीरियंस एज कैप्टन्स. They
yeah,
also can provide different things to the team. Sanju Samson is a keeper as well, so he could have easily been captain, and he could have been the vice captain in this team. Why not?
yeah.
It is a question over there.
ट्रैवलिंग कोच था शायद लक्ष्मण का कॉल था, सो यू डोंट नो. आई मीन वो भी हो सकता है कि इट वाज लक्ष्मण डिसीजन और समवन डिसीजन दैट दे वांटेड शुभ.
Whoever's call it was, it has to be questioned. Like whoever's call it was, because it is a good point you make that कि like इन लोग इतना देर संजू सैमसन गायकवाड इतना वेट कर रहे हैं और इन लोग एकदम से कोई ना कोई आ जाता है. It is a good point.
साल हो गए भाई गायकवाड का तो कब से देख रहे हैं अपन. लाइक वी बीन सीइंग इट सिंस लाइक 21 at least that, and then he went to the Olympics and thing. अभी तो Olympics like the cricket team is going to be there for Olympics.
No, not this one. 2028 in LA, not in Paris.
पहले तो अभी तो नहीं है फिर.
Yeah.
अपन आधी टीम यहीं से शिफ्ट हो जाती थी उधर, ऋतुराज को भेज देते थे. लाइक दे वुड हैव सेंड हिम टू Paris and खत्म, वो प्रॉब्लम ही खत्म आया था. बट या आई मीन you just have to wait out. I mean, again, feeling bad for Sanju, and at least Sanju gets to play the T20. But again, we have to see if he actually plays the T20 because Rishabh Pant is coming back now. So that will also be there, right? Like Rishabh Pant might get majority of the.
Hmm.
So you'll have to see that does. So and you like Ibrahim Bhai said, Sanju ka last game ODI में 100 मारा था against South Africa. So I don't know how they're looking at it. Like stats wise, देख रहे, all format players बनाना देख रहे. Is it the feedback that they're getting of the other players कि भाई इन्हें चिकट है, इन्हें अच्छा नहीं है, उन्हें वैसा है. Because Sanju खामोश जाके पूरा अमेरिका में बैठा. He didn't play one game. Like he didn't even
Yeah.
critique
And
it.
उसको आप देखो, and यही होता है, right? फिर अब like Sanju actually he's not done anything. He's not broken any rules. He's not like he's been with the team. He's been supporting. You saw him celebrate also. मगर you are pushing his buttons, bro. Like उन्हें कुछ अब गलत कर दिया. अगर उन्हें भी अब health break पे चले गए ये वो, I won't blame him, bro. Like because you are pushing his buttons,
The worst
in my opinion.
was that Tilak Verma thing, but now Tilak Verma himself is not in the scheme of things. I think at least that's a little bit one up for Sanju. कि भाई वो Tilak Verma वाला scene इतना भी चलो, it was a learning for him, and yeah, Tilak Verma right now is nowhere to be seen. And now कल को यही होगा कि अगर कोई और आ गया इन लोगों की जगह पे, then it'll just get ugly. Like people will start like shouting now, like वो position आ जाने वाले for Ruturaj and Sanju particularly.
Yeah, 100%. And you have to give them like a.
खाली T20 तक रख दिया, वनडे को नहीं छेड़े उसको. लाइक आई डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड. लाइक जयसवाल तो टेस्ट में भी फोड़ दे रहा था, T20 में फोड़ दे. यू कुड हैव जस्ट इजीली गिवन हिम एन अपॉर्चुनिटी इन वनडे.
100%, 100%. He should be the opening batsman in one day cricket. Champions Trophy mein, alongside Rohit Sharma, if you need an opener, it has to be Jaiswal, in my opinion, right now. Like, I mean, doesn't have to be, but he
Yeah,
should be the opening batsman in one day cricket. And Virat Kohli one down, ठीक है, शुभमन गिल की जगह बनी two down में तो ठीक है, नहीं बनी तो नहीं बनी. But like, I think Jaiswal, Rohit Sharma should be the thing. Why not? Like, he's been killing it in every format. So आप उसको टेस्ट क्रिकेट खिला रहे हैं तो फिर वनडे क्यों नहीं खिला सकते इजीली एंड लाइक ही इज अ वेरी अग्रेसिव बैट्समैन सीन इन टी20s you so,
yeah.
yeah it's beyond
मोहम्मद
me. I agree with that.
मोहम्मद शमी की भी रिटर्न की बात हुई थी, so सिलसिला अभी बॉलिंग तो शुरू करे हैं, and he's on his road to recovery. Maybe Bangladesh is when you see Mr. Mohammad Shami coming back to the Indian cricket team. So yeah, I mean, a lot of players to return still. You have Jasprit Bumrah, obviously. You have Mohammad Shami. You have like Virat Kohli to come back into the ODI team. We're waiting for him, Rohit Sharma, and all of these guys. I mean, T20 start on the 27th, so we'll be watching that. And या आई मीन अभी तो देखो भाई, इतना इन्फॉर्मेशन तो मिल गया अपने को कि गौतम गंभीर ज्यादा चेंजेस नहीं करेंगे, जिधर रिक्वायर्ड है चेंजेस अपने हिसाब से करेंगे। लेकिन एक प्रोसेस तो स्टार्ट हो गया एटलीस्ट, दैट लाइक दे क्लियरिंग आउट जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स पास्ट के थे, जैसे कि हम ये देख रहे थे कि भाई कैप्टन हर आधे घंटे को चेंज हो रहा था, विच वाज नॉट फन टू सी फ्रॉम पीपल लाइक। एंड देन उम्मीदवार ज्यादा उड़ जा रहे थे, जिससे वजह से क्या हो रहा था, लाइक देयर वाज नो कॉन्क्रीट कैप्टन। एट द सेम टाइम जब एक्चुअल कैप्टन की जरूरत हो रही थी, वो कैप्टन इंजरी हो जा रही थी, वो कैप्टन नहीं बन के फिर एक नया कैप्टन बन जा रहा था। सो आई थिंक वो सब खत्म हो गया। नाउ यू गॉट सूर्या T20 कैप्टन, रोहित शर्मा इज टेस्ट इंडिया कैप्टन, सो वो एक प्रॉब्लम हट गया। नाउ वी जस्ट हैव टू, आई मीन यस, दैट ऋतुराज संजू, दैट dilemma will obviously be there, but you just have to give Gautam Gambhir step by step. Now I have to, it'll be interesting to see how Gautam Gambhir looks at it, like how he's gonna, let's say now from here onward जो रन मार रहे हैं उन लोगों को एक्चुअल वो लाइट मिलती है या नहीं है, वो रोप मिलती है या नहीं है। That would be interesting against the likes of a Shubman Gill, against the likes of people who are favored majority of the time. That's what I will be very interested to see.
What are your thoughts on Morne as bowling coach? Anu Patel asks.
I mean, he's done decent, right? Like when
Patel.
he's done IPL में, he's done पाकिस्तान के लिए, न्यूजीलैंड के अंडर 19 टीम के लिए, वुमेन्स टीम के लिए भी करके। So yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic bowler himself. जबरदस्त experience है उनको. It'll be fun to see him actually, and he had a good understanding with most of the Indian team, right? Because of the IPL. Nowadays ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई आप पहचानते नहीं कौन है क्या है. So that'll also be good for him. And South African, obviously amazing bowlers, like you have Stain, you had so many bowlers like
The
before.
main the main guy who will benefit from it is Shreyas Iyer. उसको खाली नेट्स में डाल के खाली शॉर्ट बॉल डाल के उन्हें इम्प्रूव ठीक कर देंगे उन्हें. Because we saw Morne Mokal, Faz also saw him for Pakistan. I also saw him in the nets. उन्हें डालता. He comes and bowls like he bowls and he bowls short. Sometimes he uses slinger, but we've seen him run in and bowl in the nets. To the likes of Rizwan, Babar, during that Asia Cup World Cup period, and I'm sure he will bowl in the nets here. And जो एक बंदे को ठीक करा सकता है वो है श्रेयस अय्यर in terms of that issue that he has with that short ball. So maybe he will he'll benefit him the most. And also Gambhir has a relationship with him. Lucknow में साथ में काम करे, so he has an understanding of Indian cricket as well. The pressures of it. Of course, this is a way different job. It's going to be another level of pressure, but thoda both understanding hai. And when you have like a team of people that you're used to working with, sometimes it is good. And yeah, let's see. Like, it's very hard for me to give my exact thoughts, but I think fair enough. It's Gambhir's call. Like he needs to build that team. He needs to build the coaching staff, and if he's comfortable with working these people, let's see how it goes.
And one more advantage that I see with Morne Morkel becoming that bowling coach, he's, I mean, yes, if Zahir Khan becomes a bit nothing like it, anyone from this, who's worked the subcontinent, it's always an advantage because of pressure handling situation. Like Pakistan is also not like a
Huh.
पागलों का प्यार है था क्रिकेट के लिए, like they love their cricket, they love their team and stuff.
It
So
was him, right? Who said in
अपने
Asia
वाले
Cup, I was
कम,
in Asia Cup, it was Morne Mokal. He said, ki, oh shit, man, whenever they lose, they send me. Was it him who said that, or was it another?
I think it
Huh?
was, I think it was him.
Yeah, yeah. So वहाँ पे pressure to deal करा था. One more thing.
I think, are you getting mixed up with Pat Cummins saying like whenever we lose, Dan talks, whenever we win, I talk? Is it
No,
that?
no, no. Before the press conference
I,
started, I think I was in that press conference. Like when it started, before it was thing, before it officially started, he said, "Ki man, what the hell? Whenever we lose, they send me."
mm,
Like he was like, "Why the hell did they like जब हारते वक्त मेरे कुछ भी जाते?" I think it was him. Like it was. I don't remember exactly which game. It could have been that Sri Lanka game. But you were saying something about yeah, the coach also. ये जो स्टार रहता है doesn't mean he's the best coach, and someone who's under like Bharat Arun. We didn't have you seen him bowl like properly? Like he was really good. उसकी बहुत तारीफ होती है. He is the guy who constructed this
Yeah,
शमी बुमराह ईशांत शर्मा उमेश यादव जो आप बोलते हैं राइट जो इंडिया जाके ओवरसीज बॉलिंग करे. He was the main guy behind this. And like we didn't know Bharat Arun growing up. Like I know I can put my hand up and say I didn't know him growing up, right? Like no matter how much cricket I watch, but he was an outstanding coach, and he's done his imprint in cricket is still going on till this day. These guys, Shami Bumrah, you're still relying on these guys to win you tournaments, win you matches. So it's
yeah.
not necessary to have a big name as coach. It just depends on how the other they gel with the coach itself and with the other players. It just depends on that. Like and आपके coaching batches होते हैं and everything. I look at the in football also like in like Mourinho, these guys weren't the greatest of players. They were just decent players like Pep Guardiola and all. I mean Guardiola did a bit more I guess, but he wasn't like the superstar in Barcelona, but as a coach he's a superstar, so it doesn't you don't have to be the best player to be coach.
It's a game sense at the end of the day. आपकी game sense और game awareness कितनी है, आप क्या read कर पा
I,
रहे हैं. Like reading can be
yeah.
better. Player who plays the game might not have a good reading than an analyst. Like that's why you see Harsha Bhogle का एक कोई respect करते हैं. Obviously Harsha Bhogle gets a lot of stick from a lot of players, but like we all know that Harsha Bhogle की जो game reading है and कहाँ से देख रहे कब से देख रहे, he's like next level man. So you don't necessarily all coaches don't play जैसा बोलते हैं ना, you don't have to be a coach to play the game, but yeah, you just have to be in love with the game and your game sense and your game reading, how you analyze the game. And again, for more and more, like, and one thing, like, he's seen the ugly part of, like, subcontinent की जो craze रहती है, and I'm pretty sure that helps also him, that to deal with pressure and stuff. So he knows that by coming into this job, it won't be new for him. That also one thing that will be good for him. Already, if you're an Indian player who's represented India, obviously you know what it is. So that also, I think यही लोगों में ही रहेगा Zaheer Khan or like with Morne. I think there'll not be any more candidates to look at, because like someone who understands the pressure of this job will only get this job. And I think ideally it should have been Zaheer Khan by now. Like it would have been crazy.
I mean, we love him इसलिए तो but अब I don't know क्या उसका क्या सिचुएशन है क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है रिलेशनशिप करंट प्लेयर्स के साथ कैसा है उन्हें कोचिंग कितना कर रहा कितना नहीं कर रहा I mean I see him on Cricket Bus a lot of the times and suddenly IPL he disappears for a bit. He used to be the Mumbai coach bowling coach, then he was the Mumbai director of cricket I think. अब I don't know what his role is in the IPL. तो उसका भी क्या है availability I'm not sure. Pandya has been told to play Vijay Hazare Trophy to justify his Champions Trophy selection. I
Yeah, if
don't know. Is this true?
I think he played this ODI series, then it would have not been required. But also in the press conference, Karkar said we will try and ask a few of the players, the major players, to play Vijay Hazare to make it interesting. Also, it'll be good to see the big guns playing in like a Vijay Hazare, so it'll give more like viewership to the tournament and stuff. So वो भी बोला था अजीत अगरकर ने. And yeah, this is right also, because Hardik Pandya has not played a ODI since the Bangladesh ODI injury in the World Cup 23.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been a long time. It's been October.
This is all player to player. It's all player to player about his the standing. आप देखो अब जैसे अब जसप्रीत बुमराह है उन्हें कुछ भी नहीं करा है एक से आके वर्ल्ड कप जिता दिया तो उसको आप दीदी सी देंगे लाइक कि उन्हें पिंडा नहीं खेलेंगे विजय हजारे में अभी लिख के दे रहा हूँ बुमराह नहीं खेलने वाला है विजय हजारे ट्रॉफी but it all depends player to player right like it's I agree with I'm not disagreeing with you I'm just saying कि it's all like player to player it is it's like that's how it is it's like it just depends on how you see it.
It's to prove your fitness. Like again, I'll tell you, like Jasprit Bumrah, when he came into the squad, he played against Ireland, those 2-3 ODIs or T20s. Then he went to Asia. He played a few more games. Then he went to the Asia Cup. Then he proved his fitness there. Then he played the World Cup, and then he had a break. So like for Hardik Pandya, we know him being so injury prone. All of the stats that have been pulled up because of him, and he losing his. So basically, what he lost his captaincy to fitness. He'll have to prove that, like in terms of a 50-over game, 20-over game.
Yeah, I agree, but he's not injured right now. He's fit. He just won the World Cup. उसको he just asked for a break in the one days तो फिर गई इन लोगों की यही तो बात है वही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं like he's not like I agree like कहीं ना कहीं start करना पड़ता मैं disagree नहीं कर रहा हूँ विजय हजारे खेलना मगर like you be honest with me you think that Kohli Bumrah these guys are going to play Vijay Hazare it's very difficult bro unless like
They're playing this ODI series. That's the
huh
thing. They're playing this ODI series, right?
No, he's saying in general people will play Vijay. Sorry, he didn't mention Hardik Pandya. He said that in general, right?
He said they
In
will.
the press conference.
He said they will try to accommodate how many ever they can. अब इतना tight schedule,
Yeah.
तो वो tight schedule के हिसाब से जो जो available.
वही है, like it depends on the player, man. In my opinion, and like that's how it is. It just depends on the player.
And Shami won't play any domestic cricket for sure. Yeah, I mean, they go that's what it. Will have to.
Different, and that's where all this controversy started in the first place. Like they said कि खेलना है, ये करना है, वो करना है. Like it just depends on the player.
बनाते तो जरा
Virat
आगे.
Kohli also went on a Virat Kohli also went on a break. It was a family emergency, but it was a break. He came back into the team. Like they're not gonna make him go play a Ranji Trophy and then come back into. They'll let him back into the team.
So
It just depends on the situation.
maybe they told him that if you don't play this, then you have to play with Jazar. इसलिए पूरे भाग के आ गए. You don't know, like they must have told him that.
I mean, I don't know. Like that could be a possibility. I'm not denying it, but I don't think so. I just think that it just depends on the player and the situation. That's what I think. I don't think usko like a Virat Kohli पीछे आ जा रहे तो नहीं खेलेगा
Now
मेरे हिसाब से.
also saying Hardik Pandya defense like prior to Shivam Dube, prior to Washington Sundar, all of these guys being available and like now fit. ये नहीं बोलते थे हार्दिक पांड्या को करने बिकॉज हार्दिक पांड्या की इंपॉर्टेंस बहुत थी वो टाइम पे बिकॉज ही वाज द ओनली ऑलराउंडर अभी हार्दिक पांड्या के जगह पे चार ऑलराउंडर पैदा हो गए लाइक शिवम दुबे पैदा हो गया अक्षर पटेल पैदा हो गया वॉशिंगटन सुंदर पैदा हो गया अभिषेक शर्मा पैदा हो गया रियान पराग पैदा हो गया सो नाउ हार्दिक पांड्या की जो इंपॉर्टेंस है धीरे 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 लाइक या ही इज ओनली द मीडियम टू हैव ऑलराउंडर
It's not. I don't think it's that. The thing is like, अगर आप देखो, still now there is no player like Hardik Pandya. Still, like Shivam Dube doesn't come close to him in terms of ability. Akshar Patel doesn't bowl fast. These guys are not like. But the thing is, I think they saw in the 50 over World Cup the way they played after he got injured. Don't really like. They can still win games. They can still win tournaments. Like they did reach the final without him, right? Like so that probably gave that confidence. But
बट लेकिन
again, T20 World.
केएल राहुल वहां
Uh-huh.
बेचारा तो कर दिया सूर्या वहां अगर हार्दिक रिया तो मे बी कुड हैव चेंज द गेम आई मीन अगेन
Where in the 50 in the,
या
yeah, I mean, like I know, I understand that, but like they still reached the final. It's not like they lost games after they were winning. They're smashing teams, big teams. But it's also like I don't know what his relationship is with the chief selector. What is I don't know all of that. There could be something that I'm just speculating, but there is like Hardik Pandya के साथ थोड़ा बहुत है like थोड़ा सा different rule. A different ruler will be used with him compared to other players. Maybe he's ticked them off in the past. Maybe he's done something. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
now the question is
But he's important. One day, Champions Trophy, he'll be an important player, I think.
yeah, now we'll have to see if he'll be asked to play a test as well before the Australia and India tour or any other test, or maybe Bangladesh ka test will be his first test. वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. Because
Will he play? I don't think he'll play, but he should. Like World Test Championship, अगर आपको जीतना है लॉर्ड्स पे ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ, जो अभी ऐसा लाइकली यही फाइनल दिख रहा, तो हार्दिक पांड्या जैसा प्लेयर आपको जरूरत है वो उस कंडीशंस में.
so like something that Gautam Gambhir said today that if you're playing like if you're an all format player then it'll be good to see like you play all formats. अगर आप दो format भी खेल रहे हो तो you try playing majority of the games, right? So based on that, the Gambhir, if Hardik does play, I don't know if he'll want to play, but we'll have to see that as well. Like if it's his choice to play test, I don't know how much he enjoys playing test as well. You really can't put a finger
Yeah,
on
I
what.
mean, yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think the reason he doesn't play Test cricket is because it can lead to his injuries, and 5 days उसके लिए उन्हें टूट जाएगा, उसकी body टूट जाएगी. I think that is the thing. That's how I look at it. I think that's why he doesn't play. But
I mean,
I
yeah,
think a play, but you need a player like that. Like for example, Mitchell Marsh, right? Mitchell Marsh also was not playing Test cricket, but you saw how he's changed his. He was also very injury prone. IPL में भी इंजर हो जाता था, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए भी इंजर हो जाता था. But the way he's developed as a player, all format player now for Australia, has been outstanding, and he's been a vital cog. Now Mitchell Marsh will play an important role in the WTC final if Australia make it because he is a bowling all he's a batting all rounder who bowls medium pace. That Australia series, him and Cameron Green will have a role to play. One of them will play, I think, or if not both of them. A role of a fast bowling all rounder is always important, especially on overseas tours, in my opinion.
yeah, that's where you have to actually see. But yeah, again, we'll have to just wait and see what Hardik Pandya is going to do. Like again, I'm pretty sure, like you said, there are certain preferences for certain players, and just some people have to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
rule book. Some people don't have to go through the rule book. For the captain, I understand if it's like going to be applicable because he's the captain. There got to be some kind of perks being the captain, but like anybody else, maybe they do follow it. But again, like now they'll probably very well, twist it by saying कि भाई जो बंदे इनको हम लोग बुलाए थे one days के लिए, they have given their audition and now we know कि they'll play the champion trophy. And
At the end of the day, उनला का जो भी like rule रहता, you have to follow it. You can't do anything about it. अब उन्हें मैं पलटा के अगर बोल दिया कि यार कोहली को भी आके खेलो, मेरी पत्ती तो मेरा तो पत्ता वहीं कट जाती है, right? Like there's no way they'll say how are you, like, focus on your game, why are you caring about it? But the fact of the matter is, yes, it's like it is different rules for different people, but like you have to live with that. I don't think that's in every workplace these things happen. It's not just cricket. Like it happens in a lot of places where some people will get some people uh,
for
get
any
more perks than other people.
very smart in a such situation, like you said, अगर मैं मुंह खोल के बोलूंगा, then they'll just easily be able to make a claim.
Huh.
Like I too है कौन,
Yeah.
क्या कर लिया तू क्या कर लिया, and like that thing can always go against you. Like thing अब हर्षित राणा का भी जो आ गया, like you don't really understand why he's there because there are so many bowlers who could have got a chance, but like GG bought it from IPL, and that is something that India had mentioned that they will not do, is use IPL as a measuring stick to bring you into the Indian cricket team, but that again is happening.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the thing. Also, I was watching a. I think it was the Abhishek Nair or someone was saying like basically you know how people were saying कि जब चेन्नई जब धोनी था there was more Chennai players. I think Shami is the one who said that. I don't remember who said this, but like when Chennai was there, you saw more Chennai players when Dhoni was captain. You saw RCB players like Kedar Jadhav, Siraj, and these guys when Kohli was captain. When Rohit was there, you saw Tilak Verma, Surya, all these guys getting more chances. It's also the fact that they see them more, they play with them more, right? We call it bias, we call it like, but that's the thing, right? Now, for example, like you see me every day working and everything like that. There might be a much more talented guy than me sitting in Dubai, for example, or in Bangalore. But you will pick me because you have an understanding of me. You see me, you know my talents, and it's easier for you to get work out of me, and it's just easier for you to work with me. So sometimes it's like that as well. It's a different way to look at it, but that's what it is. Like that's why that is the justification behind कि भाई ये अपना player को लेके जा रहा है, this and that. They just have that comfort zone.
yeah, I mean, but from a coach's point of view, I think then again, like again, the other people, like you say again,
Again, coach's role is not like football, right? Like I mean, now people are saying ki it's become IPL T20 is more like football, this and that, but still, it's the captain who's going to get on the pitch. He's going to make the decision, not the coach. Whereas in football, the coach makes the decision. Yeah,
exactly,
Faz, you're off now. Faz, go left. Faz, go right.
the thing,
Cricket में क्या होता है? Faz, coach won't say Faz bowling डालो. Captain will say bowling डालो, right? Like,
over है बस, तो दो over.
हाँ. That's they go back. So like that's the difference. That's how I see it.
Yeah,
India have one more ODI series against England in January, just before the Champions Trophy.
जब
Yeah,
तक
I don't know why.
जब
Huh?
तक जब तक तो टीम बन जाएगी, like majority of
So
the
we're not playing any one days in Australia. There's no that tri series there, the VB tri series or anything. No one days there.
the tri series that's happening is Pakistan, South Africa, and Sri Lanka. That's the
No
tri.
one day. No T. So in Australia, it's just five test matches. That's it. Hardcore tour. That's a hardcore tour, man. Like just five test matches. I mean, I love it.
Then Bangladesh there is test, New Zealand there will be test. Uh,
Also, remember, first, when these players go to Australia, right, regardless of the result, I think it will make them stronger as players. It'll make them mentally stronger. It'll make them physically stronger. It'll make them better.
yeah,
I don't know how many of those will play with the Champions Trophy, but there will be like five, six. So
mm.
I think we will see, that could improve our Champions Trophy performance because I've noticed whenever we've toured Australia and stuff like England, tough tours, even if you lost or you won, you do improve as a player. You become physically, mentally stronger.
Yeah, 100% because that place is a hostile atmosphere, right? And you will try
It's
to
tough,
prove,
yeah.
right? You'll try to prove yourself no matter what. आप खून भी ना Siraj है, like Siraj, I think he's done decently well in situation, but I think right now in a Sena tour he needs to just a little bit more उभर के निकल के आना उन्हें, उसका cutters, उसका in swing, out swing, whatever you call it. So I think Siraj is someone that'll be very interested if he gets an opportunity to play first in Australia. Like I think he'll be one of those guys who roughen up and come out.
Last time he played, he won the series at
He-
the cap, and he was spearhead of the attack with only two test matches behind him.
Exactly. Try Sri Lanka, not Sri Lanka. Sorry, it's New Zealand instead of Sri Lanka. So it's South Africa, Pakistan, and
Interesting.
that's a very good series. Like we'll be looking forward to that as well. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps things up. We've got Gautam Gambhir's press conference done. Now the boys have reached Colombo. You can see a very good photo on chasing the target. Like Gautam Gambhir landing, बेहतरीन उसको front सामने आके से क्या photo ले ली उसके first ever series under the Indian Indian bracket and मजा आने वाला है. I think it's a very good start with the press conference. You got a lot of things out of the way. हवा क्लियर कर दी है कि भाई इतने कैप्टन क्यों बन रहे थे क्योंकि हमारे पास जो मेन कैप्टन हार्दिक पांड्या थे उनकी कांस्टेंट इंजरी की वजह से we had to pick or choose someone. एंड जो बैकअप वाला कैप्टन था केएल राहुल वो खुद इतना इंजर रहता था तो उसका भी एब्सेंस को फुलफिल करने फिर श्रेयस अय्यर और इसको तो सब खत्म. नाउ देयर वन T20 कैप्टन दैट्स सूर्य कुमार यादव and the rest is Mr. Rohit Sharma, which also is good. I think maybe in the future they did hint at the possibility of three teams and three captains, but again, like Gautam Gambhir said, abhi sirf shuruaat hai. We'll have to see with that as time goes on. Right now we have Surya and Rohit in respective positions, and then now yeah, we just have to wait for the series and how India will look forward to it. Abhishek Nair and Dushkarte will reach Colombo as well, and yeah, the NCA coach will serve as the polling coach for the series, and then post the Sri Lanka series, we'll get update regarding Shami, regarding Jasprit Bumrah, regarding other things involved. But yeah, I mean, now it's GG's era officially. Press conference has been done. A lot of clarity, and now we just wait and see what Sri Lanka has to offer. And Jaffna Kings ka dekhe, they won fourth year in a row, man. LPL.
Yeah, man. They are against
A
Gaul.
very good article
Bro,
on. Someone wrote a very good
sorry.
article. Someone wrote a very good article on cricket for like who are the Lankan Premier League playing for? Like there's no crowd, there's no viewership in
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I read that article. It's for the broadcasters. That's who they're playing for.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
broadcasters. Because मैं देखा वो कल क्राउड आई थी. आई थिंक कल क्राउड आई थी, फुल था, बट लाइक बहुत वन साइडेड फाइनल था. राजापक्सा जबरदस्त खेला, मगर उसके बाद इन लोग जो फोड़े वो जाफना के, द वे दे स्मैश्ड इट, a very one-sided final. But yeah, I mean, Vinay, like our friend, he watches a lot of LPI, covers a lot of Sri Lankan cricket. So, like, he was telling me, and he didn't tell me, but I'll ask him now what his thoughts were on that tournament, because last time, they had Naseem, Babar, all these players. They had more players available. But let's see. Tomorrow the 100 is starting. Again, the England players, the batsmen will reach after the third test, and the bowlers will come 6th August. And big news: Ben Stokes will be playing the 100 this time. He's
Oh,
only played the first season, दो game खेला या तीन game खेला. Then he he did not play after that. For the Northern, क्या है वो Northern Lights Super Chargers, क्या वो जो भी पर्पल वाली टीम है, उसमें बेन स्टोक्स भी आने वाला है 6 अगस्त को. तो जो बॉलर्स आपके हैं वो 6 अगस्त को आएंगे. जो बैट्समैन है दिल कम थर्ड टेस्ट के बाद. तो वो 100 भी है. एमएलसी का भी अभी चल रहा. स्टीव स्मिथ जबरदस्त खेल रहा. द वे ही इज प्लेइंग, इज कैप्टन आल्सो, राइट. उन्हें भी अच्छा क्रिकेट, ही इज प्लेइंग प्रीटी वेल. डिड यू सी ट्रेविस हेड जो बैट ही टूट गया उसका, लाइक यू सॉ द स्ट्रिंग फ्रॉम द हैंडल. ओ माय गॉड मैन, लाइक व्हाट द हेल. Travis Head is, yeah, they're playing over there. I mean, see, the GT20 is starting soon. The sad news from there is that
खत्म हो
Babar
गया.
is one in China, not coming.
खत्म हो गया बेचारों का मार्केटिंग वाले ही चले गए लाइक पाकिस्तान एनओसी नहीं देने की
Yeah,
वजह.
who they marketed the tournament around here, they're not there now.
Shocking for them unfortunately, but like yeah, MLC फिर भी I think they're doing a very good job. अगर आप देखो like it's fun cricket to watch. Travis Head की opening जो थी हाल हाल में last game or something like that. So like बहुत अच्छा cricket देखने को भी मजा आ रहा है. It's good close battles as well. So I think they're sustaining very well in this market, and I think the timing of the tournament also is good. Like it's not clashing with the PSL or like an IPL. Obviously, IPL के साथ कुछ भी डालो like nothing is going to sustain.
Yeah, like in terms of that, it's pretty decent. It's just that for us the timings are a bit awkward, but that's fine. Like we'll make time to watch cricket. But I agree with you. I think there's some good quality players there. Like World Cup जो खेले भाई players, वो players खेल रहे class and head Cummins, और क्या चाहिए आपको. तो I think अच्छा tournament है, and it will grow more. Just depends on how they market and everything. And the main thing is they have Indian investment, bro. They've got like a Mumbai team there, Kolkata team there, Knight Riders. They've got one more Chennai team there.
It's super.
So they have Indian investment. So I think the likes of the MLC, the SAT20, these will they have potential to grow further. आगे जाके भी, and they've done pretty decent. It's just that how do you attract the American crowds? How do you make it even more watchable? How do you get more people to come in and watch? Because again, the वहाँ पे जो immigrant population है, Indians ज़्यादातर है, पर पाकिस्तानी है. Um, if you're not gonna have Indian players or Pakistani players, it becomes difficult to attract those kind of crowds. Like we'll go and watch Klassen every day, but in India, it's not the case, right? They prefer watching a Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, फिर भी if they're doing a decent job, like I got whatever, it's the second season, right? So, ठीक है, I mean,
Yeah,
time. Uh, but like again, with proper cricketing nation, like like New Zealand have not been able to get a good T20 league. Yeah, Sri Lanka itself, like इतना सब रख लेके. So I think they're done a pretty shot. GLT20 is not recognized by ICC. It's not recognized by ICC. अच्छा. So yeah,
it's
that
not recognized, but a lot of players have played it, like Warner, Steve Smith, Russell, Gale. A lot of players have played it. So yeah, I guess maybe that's one of the reasons they didn't get that NOC. But first, you saw Shoaib Bashir yesterday, outstanding bowling man, 5 wicket haul.
yeah,
Ben Stokes was very happy with his performance. मैं तो surprise हो गया एकदम से. हम लोग मैच देख रहे थे. We thought West Indies will take it at least today. Like आज मैच चलेगा fifth day,
yeah.
but उन्हें जबरदस्त bowling करा शोएब बशीर. He bowled really well yesterday.
But very
That
well.
one ball he bowled, they put it on Instagram. Did you see the Swan का एक delivery Ponting को उसमें bold हो गया था. Ponting इसमें bold नहीं हुआ था, but it was a very similar delivery. Off stump पे ऐसा आके अंदर जो आया. We don't see off spinners really turning the ball as much as we used to before, especially on English pitches. तो कल अच्छा उसकी performance बहुत अच्छी थी शोएब बशीर की.
Yeah. Tarun Behra is asking who will win the Champions Trophy. Oh, that's a very far away question, which will depend upon the squads, which will depend upon पहले तो हो रहा कहाँ है भाई. Like that is the biggest question, right? Like we still even don't know
बिल्कुल.
happen, right? Is the venue Pakistan? Do you think so? I don't think so. And I feel like it'll be hybrid, and you will just have to wait. And then Dubai pitches, we know it's flat, best. So yeah, we'll have to wait for all of those things. But and again, the 50 over forms are not yet known, right? Like India is going to also play a 50 over after a long time. A proper squad, not like Zimbabwe में खेल like whatever ये छोटे बच्चे खेले. Like proper squad खेल के काफी time हो गया. So we'll have to wait and see. I can't say anything. I don't know. So do you have anyone in your mind who might win the championship?
I think your points are valid. We need to know कि भाई कहाँ होएगा. अगर hybrid है तो semi-final final will it be in Dubai? Will Pakistan play the majority of the games in Pakistan? Where will India play? Where all these? I think that makes a huge thing. But if I just look at it from ODI format, again I think India, England, they're very two top teams in one day format. Australia are world champions. They will compete over there. New Zealand are good in Champions Trophy. Pakistan are unpredictable. So these 4 5 teams, South Africa six, these 6 teams will probably compete for it. And then, but right now it's very hard to say who will win and who are favorites because अभी तो combinations भी नहीं मालूम हमको. इंडिया क्या combination खेलेंगे, पाकिस्तान क्या combination खेलेंगे, pitches क्या रहेंगे, conditions क्या है. तो there's a lot of variables that we need to first see, and then what the conditions will be and all that. Closer to time, we'll have a better understanding.
Like इसलिए गंभीर more stress on the fact Rohit Sharma and Virat plays because ये series के अलावा I think ODI is going to happen in England just before the T20. Ibrahim Bhai
In
बोले
India, in India,
yeah against England. I mean sorry. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, the limited
England
ODI.
will be too cold at that time.
It'll be fun. अच्छा हाथ को लगेगा बॉल. तो मजा तो आएगा देखने में चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी नो डाउट इफ इट डज हैपन इन पाकिस्तान और एनीवेयर ऑब्वियसली 50 ओवर फॉर्मेट much more run
You know, the
chasing.
last time the Champions Trophy happened was 7 years ago. 7 years ago.
7.
That's insane. It just feels like 2 years ago it happened. 7 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Huh? I
Yeah.
was in my I was in my mid 20s living life. Now I'm in my 30s living life. I'm still living life, but still. Bro, 7 years ago. कौन सा मैच था फाइनल याद है? अच्छे
India.
तरीके से याद है. हाँ?
India Pakistan ना.
वो वाला मैच था. Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
वही वाला तो मैच याद नहीं करना है. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait to see forms. We'll have to see squads क्या दिख रहे हैं. We'll have to see the venues and lots more drama will eventually fall. अभी जब हाइब्रिड की बात निकलेगी तो उसके बारे में भी फिर आईसीसी क्या डिसीजन लेती है और फिर आईसीसी का खुद प्रेसिडेंट अभी सिलेक्शन के लिए अप है इन अक्टूबर So we'll know who the new president of the ICC is as well. And yeah, I mean there's no dialogues exchanged yet. I think आज ICC का जो annual body meeting थी वो भी खत्म हो गई. So you don't know exactly anything coming out of it. I mean yes, they were supposed to hire two associate directors and apart from that a few awards, but we were told maybe Mohsin Naqvi and Jesha might have a talk, but I don't see that happening. No news anywhere. So yeah, like a lot of factors to be followed, and we'll see. I mean, right now the most exciting thing will be that Gigi's era is starting and Surya's era is starting as well as captain. So we just wait and watch that. And
And yeah,
the
it is
next,
fun.
yeah, the Australian Test series, I think I'll be looking forward to that a lot, and the New Zealand one as well. I think.
Al- Also, the Olympics is starting in 3 4 days. The 100 is starting, so we got some things to look forward to. I really want to watch sports, man. Like it's because we had a very hectic summer, and I really enjoyed that. Now I'm missing watching live sports. So
क्या यूरो
we'll have
था वो भी खत्म हो गया यूरोस और कोपा बेहतरीन चल रहा था फुटबॉल भी खत्म हो
यूरोस कोपा और क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप एक टाइम पे चल रहा था. इट वाज इंसेन मैन. सुबह उठे तो क्रिकेट, दोपहर में फुटबॉल, शाम में क्रिकेट, शाम में फुटबॉल. इनक्रेडिबल सीन्स ब्रो. But like now it's yeah, I'm waiting for the thing. Olympics also. Uh,
गया.
there's
But at least the news has kept us busy. Surya के captaincy and then
yeah,
the parade and everything and उसके बाद the IPL का भी काफी news निकले which I didn't expect. हाँ IPL में से काफी news आएंगे एकदम भड़ा like पंत का and
yeah,
Surya and Rohit ka. So yeah, this all news has just spurred upon us like very fast. Rather than I thought एक आध दो तीन महीने के बाद मालूम होगा ये चीज़ ना. But ये meeting तो अब है 31st, so we come to know about that. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. Like the press conference, चप्पा चप्पा छान लिए. Gambhir has given a good start. Agarkar is a good selector. Now hopefully everything comes in fruition. Like before we come to see wale मालूम होगा. Who do you think will be opening again, like for the ODIs? Virat Rohit? Do you see that happening in the one day circuit?
I think Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma like the 50 over. I thought it'd be Jaiswal bro. उसको उन्हें तो आप मेरे को खबर दे दिया, उन्हें वनडे में है ही नहीं तो like
Unless KL
Shub,
like KL Rohit, they go back to that.
I think it'd be Rohit and Shubman Gill for now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back soon with more news and latest updates on chasing the target. You can follow, like, subscribe, share on Instagram, Twitter, or X. And yeah, thank you so much everybody for joining us. Till then, take care and have a nice night. Everyone, good night.